Welcome to this video on solving binomial probabilities with the Ti-84. To get to the binomial PDF, we'll need to do second, and then vars will give us the distribution menu. Then we'll go down and we'll get binom PDF. You could also press alpha A, but I'll press enter when we're here. Then we have the number of trials, the probability of success, and the x value, the number of successes we're seeing the probability of getting. So let's say, for example, we flip a coin 10 times, so we have 10 trials. The probability of success is 0.5, 50% chance. We want to know what's the probability of getting 7 heads, for example. So if a head is a success, the probability of a head or probability of success is 0.5. So we'll have an x value of 7 for 10 trials. We'll go down and hit enter. And then we'll paste this expression into our regular input. Then we'll enter again to run that command. And the probability, now we know it. The probability of getting 7 heads in 10 coin flips of an equally fair coin is about 11.72%. As another example, let's say that 45% of people like a movie. If you take a sample of 8 random people, what's the probability that 3 of those 8 like the movie? That's another binomial example, so we'll do second, then distribution. We'll go down to binomial, PDF, binom PDF. We'll see CDF later, but this is PDF, where we just have one x value, one amount of successes. We have 8 people we ask in our sample. The probability of liking the movie, which would be a success, is 0.45, 45%. And then we want to know how likely is it that 3 of the 8 like the movie. So we'll go down to paste, we'll hit enter twice, and we find out it is 25.68% chance that 3 of the 8 like the movie that 45% of people like. Now, using that same data, what is the probability that at most 2 people in the sample like the movie? Well, we could go into second distribution, and we'll go down all the way to binom CDF now, cumulative distribution function. So here, we want to put 8 trials. We have 8 people in our sample. The probability of liking the movie, a success, is still 0.45. And the x value we'll put up to 2 now. So this is going to give us the probability that 0 or 1 or 2, because it accumulates up all the numbers up to this x value, people liking the movie out of the 8 people we ask. Then we'll go down to paste and enter again. And wonderful, now we know 0.2201 is the probability of at most 2 people liking that movie out of the 8. Now, if we were to go and take the binom CDF, this time I'll just do alpha B because that's where it is. If we had up to 3 people, then we would get 0.4769. And that's because the probability of exactly 3 of 8 people liking the movie is 25.7% as seen in both places. You can check this. The probability that 0 or 1 or 2 people liking it plus the probability that 3 people like it should be equal to the probability that 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 out of the 8 liked it.